Peace and love, my people. It's Anna Renee, your love power goddess, and here I am once again with you all on this very beautiful day. It is Tuesday, March 1st, my people. It's March already. Is that a trip or what? Okay, so we're in that Pisces energy right about now, right? So let's enjoy it while we have it, huh? So yes, my people, peace and love and blessings to each and every one of you wonderful leaders of tens, hundreds, thousands, or even millions. For sure, I know that you know by now that the most important leader to be is of one, your own self. And with that being said, today I want to get straight back to the soul's journey cards, my people. The spirits have really been giving me a lot as it pertains to these cards. I want to know some things, okay? And here's a modality that helps me to know some things. And when I know these things based on what the ancestors are speaking to me through these cards, definitely I got to share it with you all. And so today I'm going to do a draw on the topic of money and our issues with it in our melanated community. Money is one of them things. I know for me it has been an extremely difficult issue. I've been struggling with this thing for years, okay? Years. And so I decided, well, you know what? Let me ask the ancestors through these cards for myself and for all of you, my melanated ones, and those who love us, okay? Who have had issues with money, okay? Problems with it, a lack of it, a lack of understanding of it, a fear of it, an anger at it, whatever, okay? Money and abundance pretty much is what I'm really talking about. Abundance, wealth. This universe is abundant. So they say to us again and again and again and again. The New Age industry movement, the New Age movement has told us time and time again that this universe is abundant. When we look out at nature, we see a huge amount of abundance and wealth, okay? There is no lack. So why is it that we sit here stuck on broke, okay? What is it that we are missing in terms of our understanding of this thing? So I've decided to do a reading on the topic of money for us to see what comes through these cards, the soul's journey cards, my people. The soul's journey cards, okay? What is it? Okay? Help us. Help us to understand where we are missing the mark, where we are confused. What is it that is blocking us? Help us to understand what it is that we need to look at within our own selves on this our soul's journey as it pertains to wealth and especially money in this society in which we live. Okay, my people. So I'm going to do another 6 card draw. So this is probably going to be another one of them long videos, okay? So let's see what the cards are saying to us. All right. Oh, you can't even see it. Let's do it so that you can see it as well. Okay. I'm going to hold the cards up anyway, so just in case. What makes the great great? Yes, my people, I'm embarking on reading that for us. Okay, we got to know what time it is. Don't make no sense to keep looking at the ones who don't know what time it is and then complain about the fact that they don't know what time it is. It's time for us to look at the people who do know what time it is, okay? So we can learn as well, those of us who need to know. I know there are plenty of us who know what time it is already. All right, my people, so let's flip the cards. Balance. Failure. Growth. Indecision. Ooh. Forgiveness. That card comes up a lot. Judgment. Wow. Judgment. All right, I asked, so I'm getting ready to find out. Okay. All right. Balance. The beautiful mandalas. Mandala. Okay, let's read what balance is. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. Okay, my people. I've been struggling with allergies, so I'm going to sound a little bit congested. It's just what it is. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. Well, balance is definitely nature at work. Balance is what is extremely important in our society, in our lives. Balance is important on every level, okay? Universally, in the world that we live, in nature, you must be balanced. Even in the human body, homeostasis is balance. And so where there is balance, then there is the proper movement of life. So we have to be in balance, and it's something that is really interesting that we can even get out of balance. That speaks to the fact that we have free will. Sometimes I think it sure would have been better if God would have just put balance as something that can't be messed with. You can't go out of balance. Just, it's fixed, okay? So that we humans wouldn't make the stupid mistakes of getting out of alignment and out of balance with ourselves, with the world. And as we look around, there's a whole lot of imbalance on just about every level. Sometimes I wonder if the fact that there's so much imbalance is actually the way it ought to be. We are just a tiny blip in the whole scheme of this universe. And the fact that there's so much chaos going on right now is just the road back to balance. We may not be here The balance that may be coming back into balance may be eons long in the making, okay? But how does that pertain to me needing some cheddar and some papers right now? So that I can live my life in the tiny little crumb of existence that I have at this moment. Maybe what it is for me to look at all that I have, to focus on the entire spectrum of what it is and who it is that I am, and do what has been plainly put in front of me. Plainly, but not so plainly, okay? It seems that maybe I have to do certain things that I know that I have to do in order to learn certain things that will help me to get in balance and bring forth the energy of abundance to me. I already know that the law of attraction is real. I learned that a long time ago. Even in religion, I learned that, okay? And so trust is part of that knowing. Trust that the energies are here for me. And money, paper money, as we have as a community, as a collective of humanity, determined is the method of exchange. Well, then money will be available for me because I have the thing that will get me the money, if that is the human collective's method of exchange at this particular time. So balance is what I need in order to use the gifts and the talents that have been bestowed upon me so that I can exchange those gifts and talents for other things that I need, so that I can create a situation where I can have a method of exchange so that I can get that money. It's really more about the talents and the gifts that are your blessing and that will bring forth to you others' gifts and talents that you need for yourself, so that you will get the money part of it is a small part of it. The paper money part of it is just a contract that we as humanity at this point in time have decided upon, that we have to get this money, this thing that we created, so that we can exchange it for the other things that we need in order to live. But behind that is the gifts and talents and the abilities that you can use in order to get, if you must, come back to that contract and get that money that you need in order to use to get the other things that you need. So balance is part of that whole contract. Staying in balance helps you to know what it is that you are capable of and what talents you have, so that you can then, because you have decided to be in contract with this thing money, Well, then, you made this decision as a human collective. You want to bring it down to this level. Well, you have what you need in order to stay in part with this game that you created for yourself. All you have to do is maintain balance within yourself. The balance is the greater thing, okay? Your gifts and talents are the greater thing. But you have chosen this contract of paper money as your method of exchange. So you have free will to do this, okay? And even with that, you are taken care of. Take your gifts and talents, develop them, then put them on the open market in order to exchange. And then you will be able to get your trinkets, which is the paper money, that you will then exchange for other things. You've decided to do it this way. You could have bypassed this way, this method. But because you haven't and you've decided this, you're still taken care of. Balance will help you to get the thing you need so that you can bring it down to the level of money and use it to your advantage for the things that you want to then exchange it for. It's indirect, but it is your choice. Alright. Balance. Failure. Failure. That mandala, wow, looks like some kind of an energy spinning and leaving tracings in its wake. Very beautiful. Very beautiful. Failure. If I could get an even closer view of this mandala, if you look at the circle, the outer rim of that circle, there are very beautiful pictures within that. There's a whole lot to look at when you're looking at these mandalas. Very beautiful. But failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. A mistake is an opportunity to learn. On this journey, we make many mistakes because life is difficult, it seems. Life is hard, it seems that way. But we go forward and we accept that we make mistakes. The faster we can accept it, the faster we'll learn our lessons from it. A lot of times we do things in service of money, you know. We become blinded by fear of lack, and we make mistakes that if we weren't in fear, we probably would have avoided that kind of mistake. Some people sell themselves for money. They sell themselves, but they don't see, that's the thing about it. It's difficult. The way we have it set up in our human community is that we are funneling the energies to this small place that is money. The way we have it set up seems imbalanced, to be honest. But because this is the way we have it, then we have made our bed and must lie in it. So there's a very fine line that you have to walk in terms of making mistakes and not selling yourself in a way that harms you on a spiritual level. It's like another contract within the contract. There are certain things that we as a human community have determined is not a good way to sell yourself. And then there are other ways that we've determined that is an acceptable way to sell yourself. In the end, you're still selling yourself, but let us not do the things that are determined by us as a human family to be the wrong things, the wrong way, okay, to sell yourself. So you don't want to make that mistake, as is determined in your very narrow perspective, the very narrow human perspective of what is correct and what is not correct. It's very random, to be honest. It's randomness. But it is the contracts within the contracts that we as a human family have made, and even based on what particular community you're from, this contract shifts. Some things that people do to sell themselves is okay, depending on the community, whereas in another community is not okay. And so you have that kind of interaction with each other as groups, as human groups. There's many circles of human groups, and we don't all agree even on this one thing that we have agreed to, and that is paper money, or this kind of thing that we call money, as it stands in this community of humanity at this particular time. So you're walking a fine line in terms of mistakes, and what are mistakes and what are not mistakes. So it's important to, even if you go against what your community of humans have determined is correct, it's important to learn the lesson from it all the same, and focus once again on what is correct within your group and what is correct within yourself as well. It's very difficult. There's many circles of understanding within this thing. There's a huge amount of energy as it pertains to this thing that we've created called money. We as human beings have created this thing. It's complex, to say the very least. It's more complex than it really needs to be, and so you can make so many errors in judgment. You have to understand yourself. You have to be in balance with yourself so that you know what is correct for you, even within the context of the group that you are a part of, the people that you are interacting with, the people that is your family, and do what's correct within that group. At the same time, what you feel within yourself is correct. And that can change, to be honest. What's correct today for you may be incorrect tomorrow for you. So as we can see, there's a whole lot that's going on with it, okay? But as it pertains to money at this point, it's still a selling of yourself in order to get it, so that you can then exchange it for whatever else, okay, that you determine that you need. You have to maintain your sense of self. it's heavy. So don't make the errors, don't make the mistakes. And if you do, remember that you will learn from them so that you can fit into your group in a proper way and continue on your journey. It's a trip, okay? Failure is just an opportunity to learn, to do it right the next time. Growth. Growth. Beautiful mandala. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. I want to expand my consciousness and awareness. And if you expand your consciousness and awareness, then you will have access to more information, more knowledge, more of the abundance of the universe that is yours already. You can't access that until you decide that you want growth. Until the Most High touches you in such a way that you are awakened to a desire to grow. Many of us are in a soul sleep kind of holding pattern where we're in hibernation, where we're not growing, we're just existing, okay? But it's a blessing when you are awakened to wanting to grow. Because since you have determined that money is important, it's your creation after all. Now I guess I'll keep saying that. You have to widen your perspective in order to develop your creativity so that you can then funnel it into this very small, narrow place that is called money. So that you can then take that money and use it as a method of exchange. I'm getting a feeling that money, and I've always had this feeling, I guess, it's not the best of who it is that we are. This method of exchange that we have created as human beings is not the best. It's not the most expansive in terms of our abilities. But it's what we have at this point. So you expand your consciousness and you are awakened to the more that you have, the more that is available to you, the more talent, the more resources, the more whatever it is that is necessary to you at this particular point in time in human consciousness here. And you can develop it and then put it out on the open market so that you can exchange it and get other things. Money is beginning to be more and more a concentrated kind of thing. But it's what we have. So we have to do what we need to in order to access this thing that is money, okay? Talent, creativity is the thing that people want and people need. People desire it and are willing to pay for it, to use that thing called money to exchange. It seems that it would make better sense to just share the creativity directly without putting it through the tight funnel, the bottleneck that is money. But that's not the way it is at this particular time in our history right now. So we do what we will. We expand our consciousness. We develop our abilities. We grow. The Most High has given to us that ability to grow. Then we take that and shape it into a very small mass so that we can put it on the market and exchange it for the money that we need. This is what we do. So let us just do it until such a point in time when we stop doing it, okay? When we become more expansive in terms of abundance that's freely given. We stop selling what's free, and then we will truly reach higher level of consciousness. All right. Indecision. Indecision. Beautiful, beautiful mandala. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. That is the true abundance. One of the beautiful things that the Most High has given to us, our ability to use our intuition to connect with the Most High and with the abundance in the spiritual realm that the Most High has blessed us with. Use your intuition. Do not be indecisive. If you're indecisive, you're saying that you don't trust yourself, okay? That's what being indecisive is. You can trust yourself. Of course, when you decide, then something is going by the wayside, okay? You have two choices. You choose one. You let the other one go, and of course that other one probably has some good points to it that you're now not going to have access to. Well, you still trust that things will come around to you once again in another way, in other ways. What you let go of with the other may come back around to you in another way. But now that you have decided, you can focus and get from your decision all that the Most High has for you. Take advantage of what it is you decided upon and get everything from it that is yours to get. Of course, it's not going to be everything, okay? Indecision is a form of greediness. It's a form of fear. It's a form of not trusting, okay? No, you can't possibly have it all. You don't need it all, to be honest, okay? But you do need to make a choice so that you can now work with the one thing that you have chosen, okay? And build it to the most that it is for you to have, okay? You've chosen the blue shoes and you let the red shoes go. Well, now that you've chosen the blue shoes, work those blue shoes, okay? Get some clothes that blend very beautifully with your blue shoes. No, you don't have red shoes, so the clothes that you would have gotten to match the red shoes, well, that's all right. You're not going to need those now because you have the blue shoes. So get some clothes that's going to work those blue shoes to the best advantage, okay? And be High stepping in your blue shoes, okay? And maybe at a later date and on another time, red shoes will come back around to you. And then maybe they won't, okay? And you will be satisfied with that. You won't worry about it. You won't be fearful about it. Take your talents, okay, and use them to your advantage so that you can do with your talent what you will do with it, what you want to do with it, so that you can have what it is that you're working towards. And that's to get that money, okay? Because you want it so you can exchange it. Okay? Decide, okay? Use your intuition. Okay? The Most High is connected with you through your intuition. If you make your decisions, then you will be focused, and you will be able to focus on doing those things that will help you to grow. You're going to grow. You're going to rise up. You're going to be in a position to use the thing that you have developed to make money with it, okay? Trust that it will happen for you in that very way. You have to be intuitive, okay? You have to make decisions. The Most High has given this to you. Decide, okay? Because you're not capable of having it all. And if you are too fearful, then you'll end up having nothing, okay? That's part of life as well, where you can end up with nothing. At least not nothing that you wanted. Alright? Okay. Forgiveness. This card comes up again and again. Forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. Resentment, I tell you what, it really has a very strong energetic pull. It crushes down even more than money itself. It's a blocking of the abundance. Resenting other people for being abundant. Or resenting other people, whatever. If you think about that, that really is a form of madness and it's greed, actually. When you resent somebody for what they have, okay, what they're doing, how they've decided to develop themselves, what they have been gifted the Most High with, by the Most High with. If you resent them for that, then you're saying basically that you want what they have, and you're not focused on what you have. You're being greedy. You're not respecting what the Most High has given to you. You're not focused on it. You're not looking at it. You're not developing it. If you're not developing what is yours, you can't possibly develop what belongs to someone else. So basically what you're saying is that you are rejecting your own abundance. And definitely there is something for you if you choose to do it like that. There's a lack. That's what you get. You get lack, okay? You have to focus on what it is that you have. As it is, there's going to be different things coming at you that are for you to choose. You already have things to deal with the choices that you have to make. So why in the world would you waste your energy and focus on what isn't yours when already there is the difficulty of life to even choose the things that you do have, okay, from the Most High. The gifts that you do have. the decisions that you must make. You have to focus in on the thing that is yours so that you can develop it to the high resonance, the high place that will make it valuable enough that you can then put it on the open market and exchange it for something else, other things that you need. This is the way we have, as human beings, brought it forth to this point. And so we have to work with it that way. And so being resentful really is a waste of energy. And even forgiveness. You have to forgive yourself for wasting your time like that. You have to be willing to move from the place that you once were and move in such a way that you're not dragging bags along with you, which slows you down and impedes upon you being able to develop that talent, develop that gift, so that you can then put it on that open market. You want to be precise with this. You have to be precise because you have, as humans, as human beings, we have made it hard for ourselves already as it is with this whole thing, money. So you want to be precise. And maybe it's a lesson in being precise. Precision is what is a necessity so that you can then get that thing crackulating and then have it to the place where it's valuable enough that you can then put it on the market. Okay? Forgive yourself for the mistakes and then keep it moving. Okay? Keep it moving. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. It also blocks the flow of money. Okay? Money comes to you through a very narrow gate. A very straight and narrow gate. That's the way it is. So you really don't have time to mess around making unnecessary moves, miscalculating, and all the rest of that. No, 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 no. Forgive yourself for your mistakes, okay? Stay in balance. Don't worry about failures. Failures will teach you. Make sure you're on the path of growth. Do not be indecisive in this. And make sure you forgive yourself when you have made your errors. You're on a path of growing, of maturing, of creating, so that you can have something that's valuable enough that you can then place it on that market. Alright? Forgiveness and judgment. The last card is Judgment. Very beautiful. Beautiful mandala. They're all beautiful. Let's just say that. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. Judgment. I understand that everyone has their own unique paths and challenges. Judgment is one of the things that, as human beings, we are very good at judgment, aren't we? In fact, we are trained how to be judgmental. That's something that, sadly, is highly valuable. We sell the thing called judgment on our open market all the time. People are very willing to pay for it. They're buying it. They're buying it with their energy. It's free in terms of money. It's not free in terms of your energy. Okay. People don't realize just how much they're spending for this thing called judgment. Social media seems to have been created. Well, no, I'm not going to say that. social media is a very good place for this thing called judgment. People are very busy judging other people all day, every day, all the time. They don't realize that they are taken away from their own bank, okay, so to speak, their bank, their energy bank, okay. See, they made the mistake of believing that their own energy is not valuable, okay, that the time they spend is not valuable. They act as though they think they have all the time in the world, that they can waste it being judgmental. No, we don't have all the time in the world. We don't have all the time in the world. Our lives are a specific time frame. And this is all that God has given us, the amount that we have. And we don't know exactly how much that is, okay? People who are alive today may be dead tomorrow, okay? And death, of course, is just another passage into another realm. We know that too. But why not develop yourself on this realm that you're on? Why waste this very beautiful life, this gift, this place right here? You are a spirit in a human body in this particular space-time continuum. You are here to develop yourself. Why waste your time being judgmental towards those who are developing themselves and making their errors, making their triumphs, doing the best they can with what they have, learning their lessons? Why are you judging those people? Why are you spending your energy like that? And then the people who spend their energy like that are being judged by others, of course, okay? A huge waste is happening with that. Your gift from the Most High, you are just dismissing it. That's what judgmentalism is. That's the lesson that I had to learn myself personally, okay? I have to develop what the God-given gifts to me are, so that I can bring them to a level that brings forth interest, so that my gifts will be inspirational, motivational, so that other people will be interested in me and what it is that I have to offer, so that I can have something that I can put on the open market, so that I can get that small bundle of money, okay? The energy that is money, that is a small bottleneck kind of thing, so that I can get on the path, okay? The straight, narrow path, okay? That is money. We've created it as human beings. I happen to live in this particular time. I'm pretty sure there were times when money wasn't a necessity. We traded directly back and forth with each other as human beings. That was a higher realm of existence, obviously. We've fallen to this very narrow realm, okay, this place. But maybe that's part of the balancing that's happening with us as human beings at this particular point in time. And maybe by the time 10,000 years have passed, we will be rebalanced, okay? And it won't be like this where we are selling our energy for small pittance, where we have this intermediary thing, this media kind of thing. There will be no media. We will be direct, live and direct with each other, okay? We won't have to sell things like this. But this is what we have right now. So this is what we need to do. It takes being very correct within ourselves in order to be focused on what we have, our gifts. Okay? And being judgmental is not beneficial. Is not benefic. Oh my goodness. Is not benefiting us. It's not benefiting us when we waste our energy in judgmentalism. Okay? It's a waste of time, okay? You're knocking days off your calendar here, okay? Days that you can be using to develop what it is that you have in terms of talents and gifts, so that you can then put it out there on that market and get some money so that you can do what you got to do, okay? That's what it is we have to do. We are living in this particular time, and so there are rules that must be followed, okay? Unless you know how to break free, okay, and live in another way, okay? I personally have not been able to figure that out. And believe me, I've tried. But it may be that it's not for us to be able to do that at this particular point in our human history. We may not be on that level. So, to get this money, to do what we have to do, takes being correct, being focused on our development. It's a very strange and kind of twisted way to do the right thing, to be correct, to develop ourselves. It's a very strange thing that we've done for ourselves, but it's still, all in all, will teach you how to be your best, okay? In order to get the money, you got to be your best, okay? Otherwise, you will be poor and broke, and who wants that? Whole bunches of people have that, and it's not beneficial to them. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say, beneficial. It's not beneficial to them. You want to be winning, basically. So, in order to win and get the money, okay, which is a prize in this world that we live in, then you have to do what is correct. And when you do, you'll see benefits, okay? Benefits will be flowing in your direction. People be wanting to give to you, okay, because they see that you have something that they need or want, okay? And they'll be willing to share with you the money that they have, okay? So that you be able to live a life that's beneficial to you, okay? It's strange, my people, very strange, but it is what it is at this time. God has a way of bringing it all around, no matter what we've set up, no matter what we do. You can't box with God, okay? Universal laws are really something. No matter what we do, it still takes us doing the right thing in order to get the result that we're looking for, okay? So being judgmental doesn't do anything for you. Everybody has their goals and their life paths and their struggles, pretty much. And if we focus on other people's struggle so that we can feel better by putting them down, we really are putting ourselves down. It still comes back around to universal law. You're wasting your time, okay? And you don't have eons of time, okay? Your life is not a long life that you can afford to waste by being judgmental. So yes, my people, in order to get the money, you have to be your best, okay? You have to focus on you. After all, you have to develop your talents. You have to develop your intuition. You have to develop yourself. You have to still rise up and ascend within yourself. that you would even have anything that anybody would be interested in and be willing to spend money, willing to share their money with you for. It still comes back to the same thing. If there was no such thing as money or a need for it, we still would have to be working towards ascending. So God wins in the end, okay? The Most High is the Most High, okay? We are chess pieces and He is the master chess player, okay? We might think just because we are a rook, okay, or even a queen or king on the chessboard, that we have something that the Most High. Anyway, my people, He is the Most High. She is the Most High. We have a connection to the Most High. So let us do all that we can, and we will develop ourselves in such a way that we will shine bright and money will flow to us for that very reason. Okay, my people? Peace and love as we live our lives in this world that we have created for ourselves. All right?